Hi there. Now we're going to review lesson 52. So today's review covers these ideas from lesson 6. I am upset because I see what is not there. Reality is never frightening. Reality, capital R reality, God's reality is never frightening. It is impossible that it could upset me. Reality brings only perfect peace. This reality is the reality that God created. When I am upset, it is because I have replaced reality, little r, with illusions I made up. Every single time we're upset is because we have blocked the truth that God created as the reality, and now I'm living inside of my made-up reality. The illusions are upsetting because I have given them reality and thus regard reality as an illusion. The illusions are upsetting. What I've made up is upsetting because I've made it real. So back to the example with Ken. Thinking that I was cheating on him made him jealous. So his jealousy had him think that I was really cheating on him. So he made me cheating on him a reality every time I kissed or hugged somebody, even if it was an innocent, which always was, friend. His jealousy extended to my children. If I spent time with my children, with my friends, all of that was evidence that made his need to be jealous real because I was really cheating on him with every single person I cared about. So he regarded reality, that we were one and connected and I was loyal, as an illusion. So an illusion was, it was no longer true that I was faithful to him because he decided to use his idea that I was cheating as the truth. So every hug, every kiss to anybody became his truth. And the truth that I was committed to him became an illusion to him. It became not real to him. That's how powerful the mind is. Nothing, sentence number 7, nothing in God's creation is affected in any way by this confusion of mine. I am always upset by nothing. Nothing in God's creation is affected in any way by this confusion of mine. So God's creation, Ken and I are one. In God's creation, I love Ken. In God's creation, nothing happened. In God's creation, he was upset because nothing happened. But he chose to create that as his way of blocking God's reality. This is lesson number 7. I see only the past. As I look about, I condemn the world I look upon. I call this seeing. Ken called me hugging people, seeing that I was cheating on him. Isn't that fabulous? The mind is so powerful. I hold the past against everyone and everything, making them my enemies. So in his past, where his previous partners had cheated on him, I became the one who would cheat too. Why? Because he held the past against everyone and everything. That past experiences had not been cleared up. They could have been true, but they were not cleared up. They were not released in the past, so they got dragged into the future. And therefore, I became his enemy because I was lumped in with his perception of the past. When I have forgiven myself and remembered who I am, I will bless everyone and everything I see. So he has to forgive himself for having believed that anybody could cheat on him and that would hurt and affect him. If he didn't believe that it could hurt and affect him, he wouldn't shrink and need to feel protected. If he didn't need to be protected, he could have been who he was and could have blessed me and everyone. So every time I hugged somebody or kissed my children or spent time with my friends, he would have been blessing me instead of condemning me. Can you imagine what that would have done to our relationship? If he was happy for me that I was connected to so many people, and then he would have said, wow, if she's connected to all those people and she always chooses to be with me, I'm the one she ends up spending her evenings with, her most of her time with. She's bringing that love to our relationship too. There will be no past and therefore no enemies when we see things as they are in the present moment. Sentence 7, and I will look with love on all that I failed to see before. Oh, he gave me the opportunity for me to see things as they were really truly, by me watching him see them so distorted. What a gift. What a gift that man gave me. So we're going to a review of lesson number 8. My mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. I see only my own thoughts, and my mind is preoccupied with the past. What then can I see as it is? We can't see what is when our mind is busy thinking with past thoughts. Let me remember that I look on the past to prevent the present from dawning on my mind. I look on the past. I'm using the past evidence to prevent. Powerful word, to prevent. The ego is preventing us. When we side with the ego thought system, we are preventing the present, the beauty of God, the reality of God that is everywhere, from dawning on my mind. I can't see it because I just put on a veil, a distortion, a filter. I can't see what is there because I'm seeing what I'm projecting out that is not with God's thoughts. Let me understand that I am trying to use time against God. I am using the past to block God. I'm using time. I'm using what has already been to block what is present now. And God lives in the present where there is no time. So this is how we use time to keep ourselves from being present. We block it with the past. Let me learn to give the past away, realizing that in so doing, I am giving up nothing. So when I decided I'm not going to use anything that Ken did against me, I freed myself to be in the present. And in the present, God told me to love him. That loving him unconditionally, regardless of what he was believing about me, was a reflection of the love that God has placed in my heart to extend. So to love Ken, I was in the present moment, seeing with God how God sees Ken. And beautiful. And that was a reflection of how God sees me. So lesson number 9, a review of it. I see nothing as it is now. If I see nothing as it is now, it can truly be said that I see nothing. Ken couldn't see me because he wasn't seeing me as I was in that moment. So he saw nothing. He was seeing a projected image of somebody who he should be jealous of, somebody who could potentially cheat on him. He wasn't seeing what was truly there. I can see only what is now. The choice is not whether to see the past or the present. The choice is merely whether to see or not. So forget about it. Is it the past or the present? Don't worry about that. Just what is showing up now that God wants you to see. See with the eyes of love, and you will see what God sees right now. You don't have to get rid of the past thoughts. I mean, the work that we're doing will eventually make you go, I don't want to think that. But the minute you focus on what is present now, as seen through the eyes of God, you're in the present moment. You're there. You're in an enlightened state because the light has been turned on to see clearly. Sentence number 5. What I have chosen to see has cost me vision. When we choose to see other than how God sees, our vision goes away. It costs us. We lose our vision. Now I would choose again that I may see. So choose again. God, what would you have me see? What is really here? And it's always going to be the same thing. It is the presence of love, having an opportunity to express itself. Either they are expressing it or it is calling for us to love that thing that is there. Either am I being the presence of love or am I withholding it? Everything is an opportunity for us to be love, God loving, or to recognize that we are ego withholding. That's it. Super, super simple. So this is a review of lesson 10. My thoughts do not mean anything. I have no private thoughts, yet it is only private thoughts of which I am aware. So I think that the thoughts in my head are private, but they're not. Everybody thinks the same thing. All ego blocks are ego blocks. We all have the same ego blocks. What can these thoughts mean? They do not exist, and so they mean nothing. Yet my mind is part of creation and part of its creator. Would I not rather join the thinking of the universe than to obscure all that is really mine with my pitiful and meaningless private thoughts? Would I not rather think with God that everything is one for me to love than have my private little thoughts, oh, that one cheated on me, or that one is nasty, or I'm going to get rid of this one, or I'm going to get that one? Thoughts that tell us that there's anything missing here are the thoughts that the ego uses to block us from the knowingness of our eternalness, our magnificence, our expansiveness. And when we know that we are the presence of the Creator, when we know that we are all of that, there is nothing to get, there's nothing to protect, there is nothing to judge, there is nothing to sort and separate and compare. So there's no anxiety, there's no fear, there's no concerns. This is what we're doing, is recognizing that our ego thoughts, they really don't mean anything because they only obscure, like sunglasses obscure what is real. But you take the sunglasses off, you don't, what is real didn't change. The sunset didn't change. You just had glasses that obscured it or made it darker or redder or pinker, depending on the color glasses that you wear. So this is the completion of this first review section. Actually, I'm sorry, it's the second review section because it's lesson 52. And I will see you tomorrow with the next lesson.